Hey Internet, I got a bunch of new packs. I opened around 45 packs, got a decent amount of legendaries, but most importantly, I got the epic druid card, the one that's winning all the games. You know the one I'm talking about. Not any of these. Here it is. Ultimate Infestation. So, I have a Barnabus deck that I've never really been able to make work, but now that I have access to this card, I think we can make it happen. So let's get rid of some of these more useless cards and remake this deck in order to finally get a Barnabas deck working. I've never really been able to get past turn or rank 17 with this, but now I think I can. So these I mostly have for the card draw, so I'll get rid of one of those. This I mostly have for the card draw, but also works with Barnabas and also has a little bit of synergy with Menagerie Warden and Stranglethorn Tiger, so I will go ahead and keep that. Ancient of War helps me for the later game, but I think I'll get rid of that for now to get an Ultimate Infestation. Let's see what other new cards I have. This I do not think I will use. What card would I take out in order to have that instead? For now, all of it seems fine, but given... So I'm going to get off of these cards and get me an Innervate first, because now that I have Ultimate Infestation, I can get away with more Innervates. And let's see, choose one, transform into a 1/2 poisonous or 1/5 with taunt. Given that this is a 2 mana card, it might be better than some of the other taunts that I have in here in order to try to survive this game. So I have Defender of Argus to try to survive, I got Shell Shifter to try to survive, and I don't believe I have another taunt. So this might potentially be useful in this deck. But Cryptgord might be even better, honestly. So what would I get rid of in order to add a Cryptgord? Earthen Scales synergize really well with all my bigger minions, so I want to keep those. They also give me that armor, which help me stay alive. But I may potentially just add the hero instead of one of the Earthen Scales. So that seems like a fine enough option, because that's mainly what I use this for, is just for the armor. But this gets me armor, and I developed the board as well, so it's a good little turn 7. Cryptgord, I would have to take out some of my 5 damage minions in order to have. If I use it, I might use Defender of Argus, but I don't summon that many minions, so it might not be that useful to me. This is actually more useful than a Cryptgord, just because I can play it on turn 2 and get that 1/5 taunt. This I don't want. Give your taunt minions +2/+2. Right now that synergizes with Cenarius. Ironbark, I got rid of my Ancient of War, so it doesn't synergize with that anymore. And then the other taunts I have here are Mark of the Wild, so this is actually not that useful to me, but it does synergize with my hero power. I don't think I really want it though. And Web Weave, I don't really want either, but I might get a second Ultimate Infestation, because once you get Barnabus, which allows you to summon all your minions for free, that might actually be very good. So I assume Ultimate Infestation will be nerfed soon, which also means that I'll probably be able to get all my mana back for it. Let's go ahead and craft another one of these. I haven't crafted anything in a long time, and this card is super worth it. So let's go ahead and... Oh, deck is full. I need to remove something. I think, yeah, I can get rid of my Nourish and just add this instead. That's perfectly fine. And I wonder how many 5 damage minions I have now in order to get my Barnabas. So this will get me 2. This is potentially 2, so we're up to 4. This is definitely 2, so let's say 6. And this will probably get me 1. One of these I generally like to use for a taunt, so let's say 7. That's 9, 10. And this will get me 1 or 2 per each of them. Let's just say this counts as 3, so 13. That's not one of the cards I need. This is 14 and 15. Half my deck gets me. I think this works as well, because if, yeah, since Menagerie Warden, summoning a copy of it also works with the quest, which would mean Ultimate Infestation also works with the quest. But I might want some more powerful cards, because once I get Barnabas, I need cards that can actually finish the game out. So in order to do that, I'm going to try to find some higher, some more powerful minions that I can have in this deck. And that way, once I get the Barnabas, I can actually win the game, you know? You feel me? Which of these cards... I almost just want to play that Jade Druid, baby. 5 damage. Can I find 5 damage. Nope, I can't find minions specifically with 5 damage, so I guess I'll just have to run through these until I find 5 damage minions myself. Let's see what else I want to add to it. Okay, none of these cards are any good right now, but I am confident that we can find something that's workable. Freeze your other minions, not a 5 damage minion. I might craft the Lich King, honestly, instead of an Iron Bark. Lich King would actually help me a lot. And I have not crafted a Legendary in a long time. This card is super good. So I'll either add this in addition to my Iron Bark, or I'll just have this instead of my Iron Bark. I don't really know which one. For now, I think that's going to be good. I just need to exit crafting so I can add that. And I'll take this out, add the Lich King. And as far as anything else that I want in this deck, I can't add Ysera because I need 5 damage minions. And I think that's probably good. We're going to try this new deck out. Bone Mare is potentially fine. I might add that instead of Malfurion the Pestilent. But we shall see how Malfurion works out. So let's go ahead and try this deck out. I am at rank 23 right now. But even at rank 23, Barnabus decks have struggled for me because it's difficult to make it to turn 10 to use Ultimate Infestation or to really get my big cards going or to get enough 5 damage minions out on the board. It can take a while, but once you get that, you start to take over the game, obviously, since you can just play them for free. And let's see how we do here. I'm just going to make sure I'm still recording. Okay. This is a decent enough opener, but I do not want Naturalize in the opening hand because that card is really powerful for your opponent. It's great for you if you just need to get past the taunt or something of that nature. It's awful if you use it early game because they just have 2 extra cards that they would not have drawn otherwise, and against a beast is probably especially bad. But I kind of expect a steamroll against these guys. The season did just start. I haven't played any ranked games in Standard yet, but I assume I can win this. And let's see, my options here are to play the quest, which does not actually help me this turn, because I'm not going to be able to play a 5 damage minion until probably turn 3 or 4, unless I draw one next turn. In the next 2 turns, I do have a 3 damage, 5 damage minion. I could Hero Power and kill this, but he can't really buff this up, so I don't think I need to Hero Power, so the alternative would be to coin the Tortallon out, in which case I can trade with that and I get my 5 damage minion ready in hand, but I probably can't play the 5 damage minion until later on in the game because they generally cost mana, so I'll just play Jungle Giants instead. That's a lot of thinking for turn 1, but in this deck, you really have to consider whether or not you actually want to play Jungle Giants in turn 1. Because again, chances are you're not going to be playing 5 damage minions until later on in the game, so you don't need to play that turn 1. I do recommend keeping it in your opening hand, but as for actually playing it, you can wait a little bit. So I'm not sure what he's thinking about. He seems like he's probably a face hunter, which means, I don't know, go face or something. His deck seems like it'd be simple. This deck, this Barnabus deck, can get really complex in terms of playing around board wipes and things of that nature, but yeah, he went face, as is to be expected. I'm not sure what he was thinking about. I can't Doomsayer to stall this out, but he doesn't have any beasts on board, so there's nothing for him to buff, and I don't really need to do that. I kind of want 5 damage minions, and that's a good one to draw. It essentially functions as Barnabus, so if I don't get my Barnabus by turn 10, or potentially turn 9, then I can just play that. But one thing about Barnabus, it does not change the mana cost of minions already in your deck. It only changes the mana cost of minions you draw. Is he? Oh, I thought he was going to trade. That would have been spectacular for me. So, here's how this works right now. If I play Doomsayer, and he gets a buff for this, he can just kill the Doomsayer off, which is bad for me. But if I play this, I get 3-5 with Taunt, which is not overly useful to me. I think I have a swipe in this deck, and Doomsayer is very likely the best option, because I don't really have a way to deal with him getting out of control, so I want to stall him for a little bit. Worst case scenario is I take 7 damage with the Doomsayer, and he's reading it, suggesting he doesn't really know what it does. That's good for me. Okay, it does not seem like he has a buff. It's fine for me, because I'm just trying to stall this game out. That is perfectly fine. And since I cleared his board, I can start developing my quest. Normally, I start developing it before turn 4, but just with the way I drew and the cards he's playing, that was not possible. But I can play this next turn. This can become a 7-5 with taunt, and I can start running away with this game because it's also a beast. Meaning that if I really want to, I can coin out Menagerie Warden and get an extra 2 things for my quest, and I get a 5 through its stealth. You do want to make sure to use this before you come out of stealth. That way your copy also has stealth. And of course, if I were to buff it up and then use Menagerie, then the copy would have all the stealth as well, and the +2/+2, and the taunt. So that's why you may want to play this and this instead. The question is, do I want to clear his board in order to do that? Here's the thing. I can guarantee that I copy a 7-5 with taunt next turn by playing this turn on the stealthed minion. It retains stealth, but he can kill command this to kill it, which is why I actually want to trade here, and I still have the taunt up. I don't need to rush him down, that's why I didn't go face. This is not a rush down deck. I just need to stall until the late game, and I will win this game. So I don't see any reasons to just lose this to kill command without killing one of his minions. And of course, I could have used my hero power to kill that instead of playing the taunt. Oh wait. Alright, I would have had to remain in stealth in order for me to get the Menagerie buff off. I made a mistake there. It's definitely a mistake on my part. But at this point, I do want to play the Celestial and clear his board. Yeah, I was supposed to not attack with it in order for that to work. Whoopsie. That's a massive screw up on my part. Was not thinking. I can probably still win this game just because I have a lot of armor that I can start getting, and pretty soon I get into my big minions. Unfortunately, I cannot trigger this Menagerie right now. So I could have already finished my quest by the next turn if I kept my 5 damage minions up. Oh, that's interesting that he would use that. I would not expect that card out of him. Question is, do I trade? Yeah. Okay, so I can get this up, get my Menagerie next turn, I can get rid of his beast, I complete the quest next turn. I am down to 9 health, so if he has 9 damage he can do, I am dead. And of course 9 health because he uses hero power, he has 6 mana left to kill me if he does that. It looks like he's fishing for lethal, and considering that I finished my quest next turn, he really needs it because I will turn this game around super quick, especially with Ultimate Infestation next hand in my hand. I'm going to have 8 mana next turn, 9 mana next turn, which means I can play this when I need it. So the question is, do I hero power to get 1 extra mana, or do I do this to get 6 extra health? I cannot kill this guy, but it synergizes with my Menagerie. I think that's probably the right play. And I'm gonna go face here because I have no real reason to attack his 5/7. I should survive this though. I'm not sure what he could pull to get a lethal here. He already used the kill command. He doesn't seem like he has any King Crush or anything in that nature. Leroy Jenkins is probably not in his deck. He's not playing any expensive cards really. And with Ultimate Infestation, after I play Barnabus, I can start turning this game around, or I can play Cenarius next turn and get my taunts up, or I can get +2/+2s. I have 17 damage on the board, plus an extra 6 damage. It's 23. I can't quite kill him, which is a shame, but what are you gonna do? Well, what I could have done is coin out my hero power this turn and get on face, and I could have potentially set up lethal, but chose not to do that so that I have the option to play Ultimate Infestation the turn after if I want to. Oh, he does have King Crush. Oh my god, he had it. Uh-oh. Okay. So 12 damage, 17 damage. Plus that's 6. cannot kill him this turn. I give my minions +2/+2. I can trade out with both of his things. Go face. And then he needs 2 more damage to kill me. The alternative is to get a taunt up. Trade for 2 of these. Go with that. That can't kill me. It has to go through the Lich King. And if I do that, I could potentially also coin out the hero power to get a 5 health. So that he needs 3 damage. He does run arcane shots. Whatever play I make here obviously decides the game. I can also get 2 taunt minions up and trade with his stuff. But I think I'll get the plus. I'll actually get the 2 taunt minions up. Then I'll trade with his stuff. Oh, he got one. That's not good for me. Oh my god, he got the other one. Dang, dude. So Lich King would have saved me, actually. Coining out hero power would have saved me. I could have so easily won this game. I just did not play it overly well. That's a shame. So the deck is fine, I think I just misplayed a little bit. I didn't consider the lethal coin. Anyway, thanks for watching. Check in for more Barnabus shenanigans.